organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, we have an update on the student death that occurred in Dom Residence Hall over the weekend. And later, we have another update on the alleged Petco discrimination.
And we show you one unique sport that students took part in over the weekend.
And we introduce you to a key player for the women's tennis team so far this season.
A beautiful weekend followed by a cloudy week in Iowa City. I'll tell you more on weather coming up.
All that and more coming up. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Becca Scadden. We have an update on a recent student death that occurred in Dom Residence Hall. The student was found unresponsive and intoxicated in his dorm room Saturday night at 10:44 p.m. He has been identified as Sean Wu. UI police rushed Wu to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police were called and told that Wu had been drinking that night. The incident is still under investigation by police. During yesterday's broadcast, it was stated that the student was found Sunday night when it was Saturday night. We apologize for the error. And last week, we told you UI senior and dog trainer Chelsea Montgomery was allegedly asked to leave Petco because of the color of her skin. The Daily Iowan was able to take a look at the police body camera footage showing officers responding to the incident. They politely told Montgomery that she had to leave because she did not have permission to be in the store and therefore was trespassing. Montgomery also said in her interview last week with Daily Iowan TV that the officers were very polite. Petco's policy states they can deny business to any customer at any time. Coralville police, however, said customers are protected against race-based discrimination. Montgomery did not tell officers about the alleged racial slurs she encountered. She has since submitted a discrimination claim to Petco Corporate. Stick with Daily Iowan TV for further coverage. And a shooting at a Southern California elementary school yesterday. San Bernardino police said a special needs teacher and 8-year-old student were shot and killed. The shooter was identified by police as Cedric Anderson. He entered North Park Elementary School around 10:30 a.m. He then began shooting at his wife, Karen Smith, a special needs teacher at the school, before taking his own life. 8-year-old Jonathan Martinez was standing behind Smith, according to police. He was shot and pronounced dead in the hospital. And the suspect in the Stockholm truck attack confessed to the crime. Rakhmat Akalov admitted to driving a truck through a department that killed 4 people on Friday. No group has claimed credit for the attack yet. And a study found insecticide present in UI campus water. Daily Iowan Metro editor Caitlin Weisbrod has more.
Thanks, Becca. For the first time, the insecticide neonicotinoids have been discovered in drinking water here on the University of Iowa's campus. A study conducted by University of Iowa researchers in conjunction with the United States Geological Survey found 3 different types of neonicotinoids in the university's drinking water in levels ranging from 0.24 nanograms per liter to 57.3 nanograms per liter. Officials are not concerned that these levels are in any way dangerous to humans. Back to you, Becca.
And you can find Caitlin's full story in today's copy of the Daily Iowan on the front page. Last night, University of Iowa student government had its final independent senator debate before the upcoming election. Daily Iowan TV reporter Sydney Zatz has more.
Monday night, the University of Iowa student government had their independent senator debate. Moderated by Professor Bryce Dietrich and Professor Elizabeth Mangenya, it was a night of discussion for the several students running for Senate. Questions were focused on university issues such as safety, university employment, and sustainability on campus. Unlike past elections, this year's election features one big ticket party and several independent parties.
So we've had elections in the past that are not exactly elections and that they only have one main executive ticket. What's different this year is that with that we also have an independent senator race, unlike what Iowa has ever seen before. And a lot of this has to do with the structural changes we've made to our Senate to create additional independent seats that really create a space for people to run without a ticket and still find a way into the Senate.
just all the different ideas that each candidate had. A lot of them addressed issues that had never occurred to me, and I agree a lot with them that there are a lot of things taking place on our campus.
I thought a lot of the candidates that were here had really great ideas for initiatives, and I think any of them would just be lucky to be in the Senate next year. I think any of those candidates would do a great job serving in student government.
On April 12th and April 13th, students will be able to make their choice as they choose their candidate with voting on My UI. For more information, go to uisg.uiowa.edu.
Tune in Thursday where we continue our coverage of UISG elections. In Sydney, I know many students on campus are going to be looking forward to seeing the results of that election. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing some warmer weather. Can you tell us what the weather is going to be like this week?
Well, Becca, taking a look outside this morning, it is looking quite cloudy in Iowa City, and temps are currently in the mid-30s to low 40s, but things are going to warm up. Taking a look into the rest of the forecast, Tuesday afternoon we can see partly cloudy skies with temps in the low 50s. The evening clouds will clear away as we see some sunshine pop through. Temps rise to a little under 60 degrees. Wednesday morning we can expect a similar morning to Tuesday morning as we see partly cloudy skies and temps in the low 40s. Looking at the rest of the week, things will warm up on Thursday as we see temps hit the low 70s. However, we won't be seeing any sunshine until Sunday as we can see a 60% chance of storms on both Friday and Saturday. Looks like Sunday will be our only break with sunshine, as Monday we can see yet again another 60% chance of storms. While it's going to be a rainy weekend, we can see temps range anywhere from the low 50s to low 70s. So at least the warm weather is becoming more consistent. That's all I have for this week. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Sydney. And one UI student is making waves in the technological world with an invention that's leaving hog farmers huffing and puffing for more. Daily Iowan TV reporter Christopher Cervantes reports with more on what is being nicknamed the Pig Fitbit.
Growing up on a hog farm, Matthew Rhoda saw firsthand the struggle of raising pigs. Specifically, the threat that a mother's sow is to her own piglets. Approximately 50% of postnatal piglet deaths come from the mother accidentally crushing them with her massive frame. This has been a piece of data that has haunted Rhoda, leading him to create his latest invention.
We call it Smart Guard. Really dove into the squeals that a piglet will make while it's dying. We were able to identify that particular squeal and then alert the mom to stand up.
The device acts as a hybrid of bark collar and baby monitor, where the squeals of a piglet will initiate a small controlled shock to the sow to get her off those little porkers. However, it serves a secondary function as well.
The Fitbit for pigs. So now we also track the health of each of the moms and provide farmers with the necessary details to improve herd health.
Despite all the time and effort that went into the creation of this device, Rhoda does not see it as simply a money-making machine. He sees it as a way to ensure food security.
So we truly see this as a way of not only changing farming in terms of saving pigs, but also changing farming in the welfare, the sustainability, and just the efficiency of how we do it.
Rhoda and his company will be debuting the Smart Guard at the World Pork Expo in June, and then they will distribute it globally, ready to shock and awe. Reporting from Iowa City, this is Christopher Cervantes, Daily Iowan TV.
The committee tasked with finding the new UI vice president is preparing for interviews. The committee is led by Kenneth Brown and Laura McLaren. Brown is a professor and associate dean of the undergraduate programs in the Tippie College of Business. McLaren is the senior advisor to the UI president and serves as the associate vice president of external relations. The committee will be conducting interviews in Chicago this week. The committee said they hope to have finalists on campus by May. And the University of Iowa has started giving out micro scholarships in fall of 2016. Reporter Lauren Farrell talked to an admission visitor counselor to find out more about what makes these scholarships beyond the norm.
The University of Iowa partnered with Raise.me last year to offer micro scholarships for students around the state of Iowa. The first group of students coming to campus with micro scholarships arrived on campus in fall of 2016. Raise.me launched the idea of a microscholarship as being a way for students to earn small amounts of college tuition by doing activities that prepare them to succeed in the real world. Students can start tracking their accomplishments on Raise.me in the 9th grade and complete activities such as getting good grades, volunteering, or joining an extracurricular activity. The money rewarded is specific to each school and can be put towards the student's tuition when the student applies and is admitted to the college or university. Students from one school district in each of the 99 counties in Iowa are eligible.
So there's 99 school districts in the state. That school district was selected based on the school district in that county that has the highest percentage of students on the federal free and reduced school price lunch program. So students who are attending a school in one of those 99 school districts are eligible for the Raise Scholarship.
An Office of Admissions official says that he believes the program will continually motivate students throughout their high school career.
Over 225 colleges and universities have joined the Raise.me movement. Reporting from the University of Iowa's Pomeranz Career Center, this is Lauren Burrell, Daily Iowan TV.
And women's tennis had a big game yesterday. Alec and Taylor, what can you tell us?
Well, Becca, yesterday the women's tennis team competed against Wichita State in a non-conference game.
That's right, and the Hawks did not disappoint, beating the Shockers 4-3.
Yes, Alec, the team is on a roll after 2 straight wins over Penn State and Wichita State. And part of the reason they're playing so well is because they're under the lead of junior Zoe Douglas.
Option for the Hawkeyes at number 2 singles as she hopes to propel her team to the Big Ten and NCAA tournaments. Despite jumping out to a big lead on Sunday, Douglas battled for a huge win.
I never expect a match to be easy, whether I win the first set easy or not. I never expect that second set to be easy, and it's something that you just need to fight back with, and you know that the girl's going to make a push at you at one point in the match, and one point in the set she's going to come at you, and she did. She came at me strong, and I managed to fight it off and just hold my ground and know what I do is best and stay confident with it.
Douglas has adjusted well to her junior leadership role.
It's just doing what I know is best, and me just doing whatever I can to help everyone else out is really what I just try to do. Makes a difference when you know that there's people below you that are going to be seeing like what you do, and that makes a difference. And I'm sure for the team that when you see other teammates doing well, it helps everyone else out. So it helps me when I see my teammates doing well and fighting back, and just helps everyone else out.
Douglas wants the team to finish strong for playoffs.
It's tough. It's going to be a challenge, the last few, and then we're going to go ahead with postseason and hope to do our very best there, and it'll be our first time in the Big Ten tournament for a couple of years, so we're going to do our very best there and hope that we can make a change.
The Hawkeyes will have a Michigan road trip as they take on the Spartans and Wolverines. Reporting from the HTRC, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Douglas and the Hawkeyes end their season at home April 22nd against Nebraska Cornhuskers.
On Saturday, the men's tennis team fell to Illinois 1-6 and number 21 Northwestern 4-3 on Sunday. This now puts the Hawks at 11-11 on the season.
Yeah, and Iowa will travel to Indiana this weekend to take on Purdue, Indiana, and Butler.
Now moving on to something a little different than your typical Hawkeye sports. The Friday night intramural series continued last weekend with a dodgeball tournament at the Fieldhouse. Jacob Sunstad has more.
On Friday night, the University of Iowa Intramurals hosted a dodgeball tournament where 10 teams duked it out at the racquetball court behind me for the coveted Dodgeball Championship t-shirt.
With dodgeball being the latest installment of the Friday night intramural series, it attracted students from all over campus.
And it was a good Friday night thing to do with your friends, so thought it was going to be a great time.
We're definitely trying to win. We got 4 solid guys. I feel like we're all pretty competitive. We all don't like to lose, so I think we got a good shot.
With the dodgeball matches being played on small courts, it brings in a new element to the already rigorous sport.
This is our first year doing it on the racquetball courts. It's 3-on-3. It's going to be best of 15, so first one to win 8 games. It definitely intensifies it a little bit just because, being in that racquetball court, you got the balls coming right back at you real quick. You really don't have any second to breathe. You don't get that getaway to go chase down the balls or anything, so it really intensifies it.
Some teams came out merely to have a fun Friday night, but other players were set on winning this tournament.
I didn't realize there were so many rules in dodgeball. I thought this was just no holds barred, every man for himself. You beam the guy, he goes down, you win. That's how championships are made, right there.
While the winning team may be icing their elbows tomorrow, they can do it wearing their champion t-shirts. Reporting from the Fieldhouse, this is Jacob Sunstead, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Keep up with Daily Iowan TV as we bring you more intramural coverage next week with flag football.
Make sure to tune in for tomorrow's show for the results of the baseball game as the Hawks will take on Western Illinois tonight at 6:05 p.m.
And the softball team will take on UNI tonight at 6 and return home for a doubleheader with Nebraska Wednesday beginning at 3. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, guys. And that's a wrap on this Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. Thank you for watching and have a great day, Iowa City.